KCast Radio, it's classic rock the bone. That's called a false ending. You can't hear the music on Facebook Live because we can't play it.
But you can see the panic in my face.
Playing, yeah, it's called a false ending. That's where radio people used to always go, hey, talk at the end of the song. And then if you talked over the end of it before because it stops and it starts again.
Why do they do that?
Like I Love It Loud or Problem Child, then they know you don't know what the hell you're talking. You ever heard a song? I'm like, sure. Then they play it, and then it stops. Well, you obviously haven't because you just stepped on the end of it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's a really...
there's not a lot of this song.
That's a very pronounced false ending.
Yeah.
There's not just a little bit. It feels like it's starting back up again.
Problem Child. There is... I'm trying to think some of the other songs.
Don't look at me.
There's a Joe Walsh song that starts like that. But good morning. This is KCast Radio. If you're watching us on Facebook this morning, we go Facebook Live. We just have been over the last couple of weeks. Get the KCast Radio app. It's KCast Radio app. It's free. You're doing me a huge favor. If you're a Tony Kurre fan, you're a Josh Klapow fan, or you're just a classic rock fan, download the app. I'd really appreciate it. And listen to it. And everyone that downloads it, Seth Smith, a good friend of mine from Weber Mortgage, who is going to have a brand new partnership. Sales are killer right now, by the way. People are just jumping all over the place, and I love that. We got Birmingham Guest and Budweiser on. We've got Alabama Backyard Solutions. They're on. It's been awesome. But anyway, everyone that downloads the app, Seth Smith from Weber Mortgage said, "Dude, this is killer.
Yeah,
I can't stop listening. I'm hearing music. Like every song I hear is a song that I haven't heard in forever, and I absolutely love it. So we appreciate you doing it. Do the KCast Radio app. It takes 5 seconds. I'm not going to follow you. Don't send you notifications and that stuff. It's on your phone, and it's super cool looking. And we're getting some more bumper stickers. We'll send you. It is cool looking.
It is very.
I got to give James Michael Keats. Who
It's
used to work
very. I can promise you that if you download it, of all the app logo icons that you have on your homepage,
yeah, no, it sticks out.
It really does.
It's cool looking. I actually had someone looking at my phone the other day, and they're like, "What's that?"
You're right.
This is a KCast Radio app. Oh,
but nobody ever think about that. No, if you look at your phone,
yeah.
you look at your phone. Nobody really pays attention that much to the way the app logo looks.
Yeah,
it just you just got a bunch of stuff on your phone. Yeah. You look at this, and it totally sticks out.
It does.
Listen, I've got a before you get into anything.
No, go ahead.
Jules came up with something.
Jules is your wife, yes.
Jules is my wife, and she said something today that is brilliant. Now I'm going to say it, and I don't want you to go where you might go.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't. So you don't want me to say anything.
No, I want you to process it.
Is it sexual or something?
Well, no, that's what I want you to process it.
Okay.
Choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Okay.
What do you think?
Choose your hard drive?
No. Choose your hard.
Choose your hard. You're asking me what I think that means?
It's brilliant. So think.
Choose your hard. Like you want to make things hard in your life. Choose which way do you want to go?
Right. You either want to. You're complaining. You're upset, or not even complaining. You're
pick your battles.
Yeah, but yes, pick your battles. But the thing about pick your battles is that feels like you're fighting.
Yeah.
This is. You think you're in a bad place. Mm-hmm. You're not where you want to be.
Yes.
Either health or wealth or whatever. But it's really hard to get to where you want to go. Mm-hmm. And so you sit in the old place talking about how hard it is to make change, to improve your life or whatever. And Jules' frustration sometimes with she listens to Patience and classical. It's so hard, but I'm so miserable. It's so hard to change, but I'm so miserable. Choose your hard.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want the one that's going to move you towards a better life? That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or do you want the hard that you're in right now? And when she said it this morning, she's like, choose your hard.
I like that.
And her first question was, is that yours? Did
That's
you come
good.
up with that? She's like, yeah, I did.
No,
so I said, it'll be on Instagram this morning.
That kind of goes along with what I wanted to get into this morning.
Good. Look at that.
About the vaccination thing, in that when we have problems or we're going through challenges in our lives, we want them to end.
Here we go. This is beautiful.
And as opposed to, there's a little prayer, a third step prayer about help me through my challenges so victory over them may help me show other people how to get through these particular challenges.
Yep.
So I can, And sometimes something that will continue to just knock you to your feet, and you have to keep getting up and keep getting up and keep getting up. And sometimes by solving one of those challenges early, you're not really solving the challenge. You're just getting you through it, and then it's going to crop back up later.
Oh, no,
sometimes
that's
sometimes it's got to get. It's almost like hitting rock bottom.
Okay.
You got to get it
Really?
all out, and sometimes that takes time. We're fixers, right? We want to fix things
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
So as opposed to wait, for example, for maybe I'm fixing a fence and my dog keeps getting out.
Right.
And it's going to take 6 months for a piece to come in. That's the right piece that will keep the dog in the yard for the
Yep.
rest of its life. But instead, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's got to be done now. And so I keep trying to rig different
That
things,
sounds
and
like
it doesn't
me.
work.
Right.
And by doing that, it's taking 6 months anyway. The dog keeps getting out. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I feel like I'm winning, but I'm not. And I'm like, damn it. The dog keeps getting out until that piece finally comes on. It takes time. And sometimes we have to be patient in how we fix things, and we have to fix things right.
Because you know why?
Yeah.
Sometimes the waiting is the hardest part.
Well, sure it is.
That was,
Because
did you get that?
I did.
Okay.
And sometimes,
Yes, no, I agree.
if you're going to do it right,
Yep.
sometimes it takes longer, and sometimes it has to get a hell of a lot worse first before you can actually make it right the right way. So, COVID-19 is a perfect example of that. I don't want this to happen. I'm not inviting it to happen. I'm not
Right.
condoning. I don't want it to happen, but it needs to ramp back up again quickly in order for us to fix it right.
Well, yeah.
I saw a great story last
Yeah,
night,
no, I
depending
get
on the
you.
media. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
It's inevitable. It's unfortunate. I saw Jimmy Buffett's coming to Tuscaloosa
Yeah.
Amphitheater in September.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. The Olympics still could be canceled, and they start in 2 days. I don't think it's going to happen, but
Right.
the fact they're even talking about it is really scary because all these infections. So the only way, we as human beings, we like to fix things as quickly as possible, and it's like, oh, that there you go. And sometimes you get it right the first time.
That's right.
And you're good.
Yes.
But most times you don't.
Oh, and particularly
if,
yes.
particularly if it doesn't take nearly as long as you thought it was going to take to fix. Well, that didn't take long at all. And then 3 weeks later, you're like, oh, it's leaking all over the floor again. I must have not done something right because you didn't do it right.
COVID, right?
COVID, right?
We'll put a mask on for a couple
So
weeks.
we
We'll
have
be
to
fine.
continually. I mean, it's behavioral.
Look at you behaving. This always happens. Yes,
yeah.
Dr. Curry, go ahead.
I have 3 children.
Yes.
When I tell my kids, close your bedroom door because I know the dog's going to poop in there.
Right.
It doesn't ever work the first time. They're never going to go, okay, or
Right.
don't speed, or any type of behavioral thing where I'm saying, don't do this, or this is going to happen. It takes 3, 4, 5, sometimes 100 times to tell them and beat them into their head. If you do this, this is going to happen. Stop doing that, right? So with COVID, I think we need to have another ramp up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying pandemic proportions.
Well, yeah.
But there was a great story on last night, and I try to watch all the different news because people are telling me, well, you watch NBC, you're going to get this side. And you watch Fox, you're going to get this side. You watch CNN, you get NPR.
So you watch everything.
And so I'm trying to and so what I'm realizing is there's a lot of people that the only way they're going to get a vaccination is to be directly affected by the actual COVID-19 itself, okay? There's some people that won't be directly affected at all. Some people probably had COVID, don't know it.
Right.
They made other people sick, they don't care. And so I saw a bunch of stories last night where they're called middle movers.
Middle movers.
The middle movers, there's 15% of people who ain't getting vaccinated.
Right.
They're like, I ain't getting
Oh,
vaccinated.
yeah. No. The middle movers are who you want to go after.
Yeah, the middle movers,
Right.
and they're the fence sitters.
Yep.
And they're like, it's not really that I don't want to get a vaccination. I just don't really feel like I'm in great health, and I don't really feel like it affects me, and I haven't been directly affected in my life, and so I don't really care. And I get that.
I get it. But that's
I get
so
that. It's selfish.
It's un-Christian. It's un-Jewish. It's it's so against what we're supposed to be about.
Yeah.
I'm not going off, but like
they're
you
on
hear
sites where they see people who were healthy that got the vaccination, who got really sick or had some type, and I don't see it, but I tend to levitate towards the science part of it.
Crazy.
And I'm all about, okay, if we have saved 30-something thousand lives by using the vaccinations, it doesn't matter to some people because they haven't been directly affected by it.
Okay.
Some people who have been like, there's a woman on there who's 57 years old, sweet woman.
Yeah.
She's like, I just, I'm healthy. I don't get out a whole lot and just really never felt the need. I wore the mask for a little bit, but I just really never felt the need to get vaccinated. And maybe she's not the person we're worried about.
Yeah, exactly.
The Deer District is what I'm worried about.
Yes.
Seeing
Oh, my
65,000 people.
Did you see
I
that?
said, if we could do an infrared thing right now on everyone who has COVID, you would see people scattering. There would be stampedes. People would be dying from stampedes. Oh, my gosh, there's a red guy over there. I'm getting the hell away from him. There's people in that crowd that had COVID, right? There has to be. And so I feel like until we're all affected by it somehow, some way. You had a neighbor pass away. I had 3 good friends of mine who died in their 50s who were relatively healthy from COVID-19. This was before the vaccination. I'm sure they would have gotten it. And so I think it's one of those things where it's got to get bad again in order for it to get
I think that
the fence has got to break one more time.
I think that's what frustrates me. It really does. And this is my whole loss of faith in humanity thing. Yeah. I never thought that it would have to take that much. I just didn't. I mean, I personally got
I got to tell you something. The fact that 50% of this country is vaccinated fully is amazing to me. I think, in a good way. I can't believe that.
Yeah, but 50%. See that we got to be careful because 50% that's the average spread across, which is great. Yeah. But oh my God, I mean, look at the places where they're not, and it's what you just said, which I think it's very provocative what you said, because. Now, right? So we went through it the first time, and hundreds of thousands of people died, and that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we created this vaccine that could prevent upwards of 90% of transmission, and so we had the solution. And at least for me, and you too, we were like, "Thank God!" A lot of us, thank God, we're all gonna get vaccinated. It's done. We're all good. It's a good. And now we're seeing the breakthroughs and the variants and all that kind of stuff. What's interesting to me about this next wave, and I'm saying this purely as like a social scientist because the medical part of it and the personal part's horrible. But now we can ramp up and there is a solution that's so far still good. Yep. Right? But the first wave, there was nothing we could do. And we had to ask people to do these really hard behaviors. Now, if it gets bad enough and you can't go watch a football game, right? Can't watch football, well, go get vaccinated and then you can watch a football game.
Yeah.
This is what they did in France.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing in France. So I think the only piece of what you're saying that makes me sad and scared is you're totally right. Mm-hmm. But we're talking about people are going to die because of it. I think that's the difference that makes me sad. And
it's going to be some people that don't get vaccinated are going to be the ones that die. And that will affect their friends and family. In this particular case, this woman's son got COVID, and she's like, okay, now it's time to get vaccinated. And she did, and she was happy. But she wasn't one of these holding a sign. But she did say something really interesting, and she's like the fact that mandates, we don't like to be told what to do here. We want to do it on our own. It's like dealing with a child. When a child says, I want to do it, okay, great, but they don't want to be threatened. Threats don't work. And then when it's coming from a government standpoint, we've always had this thing about the government that whenever the government tells us what to do, because that's not American, that's not freedom. And I understand.
So how do you navigate that? Because
you just got to continue to talk about it and debate it, and we can throw lotteries and money and whatever it is, and that's crazy that we do that, but whatever works at this point. But we know that every time someone gets vaccinated, the scales are tipping a little bit. But I do think it's not over yet. It's not going to be over yet again.
No.
And I hope we can get through the college football season. I hope the Olympics start. I hope I can see Jimmy Buffett coming up in September at Tuscaloosa Amphitheater. By the way, we're going to be giving away some tickets for that.
Really? Can I win?
No. But I will take you to the show. We should do our show from that.
Oh, can we get backstage? No, but you told me he's not very nice.
No, I've met him 4 times, and you don't want to go backstage there. So we'll have some stuff for that. But I do hope we can get things back to normal, because I don't want to ramp everything back up again and get excited and have to shut it all back down.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But do you think I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen.
But it's not that it's inevitable. Listen. We're having the same damn conversation. I was saying.
What I'm saying though is it's not going to change. All of a sudden, if 50% of Americans aren't vaccinated, 25% of Americans who aren't vaccinated now aren't going to get vaccinated over the next 30 days. It's not going to ramp back up.
Right.
I did see it's less than 1 million people a day are getting vaccinated. When we first started doing this, we wanted 1 million.
But they closed these things down because nobody was doing it. So listen, do you think college football, I still, my faith in college football, do you think what Greg Sankey said, in terms of the rules for the SEC, and you can help me with this with the other conferences. Do you think that will have an impact, or do you think it just won't? It's not motivating enough.
What I'm kind of surprised by, and I don't know if this is even something that is allowed. I'm surprised that coaches, and maybe they are getting in front of their team saying, I get this feeling that a lot of coaches are playing up to their college players. They want them to experience the college experience, and they don't want to ruin that. And they're going, hey, listen, guys, we want to win a championship. I think we have something really special here. I'm asking you, please, to be really, really careful, and I hope that involves getting the vaccination and then just letting them go. And I don't know how that works with an 18-year-old, as opposed to someone saying, you're getting vaccinated,
right?
Or you're not playing. I don't even know if that's legal. I don't know if you can do that. But listen, I'm just telling you right now, if you get COVID,
you're out.
You're out. You're not going to play. I mean, I know they can't do that. They're still going to get their scholarship and everything else.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, I would bet my bottom dollar that Alabama's one of those teams that's past 80%.
Why?
Because Nick Saban doesn't like distractions. And this is a distraction. Listen, we're all going to get vaccinated. We're all going to be done with this, and we ain't got to worry about it. We're going to go play football and win a championship. So, you with me? You know.
But why wouldn't every coach do that?
I don't know, because he wants to play up to his players, because they're college kids, and we know that the majority of people who aren't getting vaccinated are the younger kids. They're not.
But see, I know. I was on with Jay, you and Jay yesterday, and it was at the end of the show, so I couldn't get into it. That's the part again. I cannot wrap my head around that. If your coach says that,
try to remember what you felt like when you were 18.
I do. Well, look, I was different. Listen, I'm Jewish. I'm very fearful of getting ill. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And I trust in medicine.
Yeah.
So if somebody said there's this I mean, you know me. I don't even want to get a cold.
Yeah.
So when I was 18, it was no different. If there was a virus going around,
you're a different animal.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me. That's just me.
You're
but
way over here, and for you,
but I'm going the other way with the sports thing. This is the part I don't get. And I understand what Jay's comment yesterday at the end about distrust. And listen, there is a deep history in this country, particularly in the black community, because of the horrible things that happened in Tuskegee and the Tuskegee experiments, and the lack of trust. Yes, completely right. That shouldn't account for 6 out of 14 teams. That shouldn't account for less, 50% or less. Because that happened, that doesn't mean that every individual who is black or African American is not going to trust and not going to trust the medical system enough to not have a vaccine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I just thought about this. You know what the great analogy is?
What?
We were driving down the street the other day, and my daughter was in the back seat, and I heard the beeping going off, and for whatever reason, she doesn't put her seatbelt on. I have to always remind her to put her seatbelt on. And I said, put your seatbelt on. And we were talking about station wagons. And I said, man, I remember station wagons. We used to have 4 or 5 kids in the back of the station wagon. You were pointing the wrong direction, no seatbelts. We had kids sitting on the dash of the car. They were sitting in between the seats.
Yep.
Well, they're fine. That's the way it was.
Yeah.
We had ashtray,
ashtrays Mom and Dad
cars,
smoking.
The whole 9 yards, smoking, the whole 9 yards. Oh, we were fine. We were good. And then it took years. We still have click it or ticket.
But that's different,
we had,
don't you think?
Just go with it.
Okay.
What I'm saying, though, is we have to have, there needs to be time. In this particular case, this is much more urgent because it happens so quickly.
Yes,
right?
that's kind of what I'm saying.
But smoking's the same thing.
But
despite the fact that I know, but just go with me.
I'm with you.
I'm talking about the behavioral aspect of it. We've been told for years and years and years and years and years now, smoking is an addictive thing because of nicotine. I'm dipping right now. But when you're talking about smoking, it took years for it finally to start decreasing to the point where this is not a good thing. And then, of course, we start coming.
I was just going to say, that's the variant. Right?
It is.
Vaping is
but
the
with
variant.
Seatbelts, there were a lot of people. I'm wearing seatbelts.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a damn seat. I was one of them. I was 18.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to save my life. It wasn't as immediate because it wasn't a contagious type of thing.
Well,
I knew it was going to save my life, but I fought it. And so I'm thinking that's exactly what these kids are thinking with COVID-19. It's a much different level, but the analogy being is I'm being told I have to do this. And screw you. I'm not doing it because I'm free and this is the way I am. And that's what kids are thinking.
Look at how sad that
Did you wear a
is.
seatbelt
Self-centered.
the first time you had to?
Yeah, I think so.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Not when you
but
didn't
that's
wear one.
different. Listen, that is different than saying there's an infectious disease that can either hurt you.
But what it is wearing a seatbelt on a country road.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people who doesn't get out a lot, You don't converse with a lot of people. You're keeping your 6 feet. And you're wearing a mask, and you don't want to get vaccinated. I drive 25 miles an hour. Why the hell?
So let's use.
I'm going pure behavioral.
No.
Okay. Pure behavioral on your ass. I'm going pure behavioral on your ass. I'm just telling you why
I'm
younger
talking
people,
for every person.
I'm just telling you. I'm speaking for every college kid. That's why college kids aren't getting vaccinated, and they know the risk.
But okay.
And they're healthy.
But okay. But think about
it's very selfish.
It's more than selfish. I mean, think about. I know where we are and where we live. Think about the morals we try to teach our college kids, particularly the Christianity piece.
Pure behavioral.
But that's what I'm saying. You go to church every Sunday, you go to temple, you go to mosque, and it's talk about help other people, and you go build houses, and you donate money, and you do all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But I ain't getting a damn vaccination. Yeah. That is like if you're my kid, I'm grounding your ass. No, better yet, I'm telling you, I'm cutting you off until you get vaccinated.
Think how many people have died in car wrecks because they weren't wearing their seatbelt. I think about Philip Lutschenkirchen.
Yes.
From Auburn. Should still be on this earth. Sad situation because he wasn't wearing his belt. And once he wasn't wearing his belt, how many Auburn fans or how many family members started saying, okay, I used to not wear my belt, but I'm wearing one now.
It goes back to the same thing. How much more does it get? Damn, the fly is back.
Dude, you see that one I killed yesterday? It was awesome. I sent you a video.
Yeah.
I shot one and it fell into one of my many spider webs in here.
That's
kind of my point. It's a behavioral thing. So what I'm saying is, I don't hope it happens. The fact that half of this country is vaccinated to me is quite frankly amazing. I was hoping.
But is it going to affect football? That's all I care about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're going to have football one way or another. And if you're a fan of, Alabama, but I can tell you right now.
It ain't going to be Alabama.
I don't think that Alabama is going to be one of those teams that's affected by it. Now, will a team that Alabama is playing be affected by it? Yeah. And does Alabama want to win a national title by having a forfeiture? I don't think they really care. I think they're going to get after it.
Do you think that there'll be protests against or protests against a team that has to forfeit? I mean, they're going to put the rules down.
And they haven't even said the number of players that neast to be affected by that in order not to play. There's got to be a number there because if it's your starting running back, your wide receiver, and your quarterback, do you play?
Well, but that's what Mark Ingram said. You remember Mark Ingram said this because then he called it a safety issue.
But the fact that last year you could reschedule.
Well, that's exactly
this year they didn't reschedule. So
right.
You're playing. You're playing.
Right. Your quarterback's not there. You're playing.
And the only way you're not playing is if there are so many people that are affected that from an ethical standpoint, listen, we cannot travel to your place because we have too many.
Well, then you lost the game.
Then you lost the game. You lost the game.
Well, and unlike basketball, like you said, lose 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah. The NIL, since we're talking about college football, the fact that
I love the NIL.
Bryce Young, Nick Saban dropped the bombshell yesterday in front of a Texas group. He stole the thunder because Alabama's day today is at the SEC Media Days.
Right.
He came out yesterday and said that Bryce, his starting quarterback, who has thrown 22 passes in his collegiate career, he's never been a starter for Alabama. He did some slop work for Mac Jones last year, has already secured a 7-figure deal.
Nick said that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Because Deion Sanders, we can't call him Nick.
Yeah.
Just joking.
You can call him
Coach Saban said that.
You can call him whatever you want until he comes on the show.
7-figure?
He's already, before he's taken his first snap. Wow. And so this is opening up things. Kirby Smart came out yesterday and talked about, hey, listen, I don't think this is going to ruin collegiate sports.
It's not going to ruin
it. It's crazy out there. The University of Miami, who Alabama plays, has got this deal where, I forget, and pardon me, but they've got something through Cash App or Venmo or something where they're getting referrals. The players are getting paid for every referral they get to join this particular thing. Think about that. Now, if you can, as opposed to looking for the likeness or the greatest player or a guy's going to be at the next level, if you can encompass an entire team of 100 guys, I need to do this at KCast Radio app.
Well, I know where you're going. It's
I give
different.
you 20 cents a download. If you can get this whole group together and get in front of a group and say, hey, listen, we're so-and-so, we're starting this new business, and we're going to give you $1 for every person that you can get on to join our company.
But so that's interesting. So, like, how do they manage that from a team? That's a team. See, and I've said
there is no managing. It's the wild, wild west right now. They can do whatever they want as long as Trevor Lawrence doesn't call Coach Dabo.
Yeah, and go.
Or
I got to sign him.
Trevor's already gone to the NFL. But some starting quarterback says, I'm running a little late because I had a photo shoot today. Or I'm running a little late because that shit ain't going to fly.
Listen, I'm going to go next step. I'm going to go one level deeper psychologically. because I'm seeing this in some of the athletes that I work with. I don't think it's going to get to that, of course, because even if you're
you just may not hear about it.
Well,
it's going to be some guy that
fine, okay, but that's not going to be pervasive because that's going to take one time.
Yeah.
What I'm more concerned about is you've got these athletes, and we say, well, they're elite athletes. They're college kids. They've got the sport itself, which takes up an inordinate amount of time. Mm-hmm. They still have their studies. I don't care how much help they're getting. I don't care how easy it is. They still have that piece. You throw this in there, and when you throw this in there, what I'm saying is not even the players that have inked deals, but it's the possibility. Like, I don't care if you're, third string. If you're seeing somebody get a deal, you're starting to think, well, I can't get a big deal. Yeah. But so for me, the distraction it's a psychological, it's a cognitive distraction. It's that one more thing. And what I wonder is the degree to which it hinders these kids playing. You can say, oh, it can't hinder it. I'm telling you, as a psychologist with athletes, you put enough things there that create distraction.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying it ruins them,
yeah.
But if you're a second string or you're a third string and you really want to move up, you can't put that much on your plate and expect to be able to move up, and that's what you're going to see diminished play, is what I think.
I don't know if you'll see diminished play. It depends on how involved they are in this, because this is a side hustle, right?
But it's a side hustle that is intoxicating.
Because money's intoxicating to youngsters because they want money now.
Of course,
money. The things that came up to me were, first of all, you've got a lot. We always talked about lousy agents who would come in and have players signing, napkins. You're going to have this current of scumbags who are trying to take advantage of collegiate athletes for whatever their purpose is, whether it's a gambling site or whether it's whatever it is. You're going to have that. You're going to have the risk of the distraction where the player is going to be making their money, and perhaps it's gotten bigger than their actual playing career. Maybe they're not that 1 or 2% that's going to go to the next level. And hey, listen, now I have time because I play for an Alabama. If you're a former Alabama player, you're getting a job here.
Right.
I don't care if you took a snap in your entire life. If you're a scholarship player, I've seen it a million times. What's your name again? Mm-hmm. I played for Alabama for 3 years. I never started, but I'm now.
You played? Well, here's my picture.
I own my own insurance company. It's like if you're an Alabama player, you are looked upon here, and you're given a lot of opportunities. So you have to look at that. Then you throw in, from a distractionary standpoint, guess what, kids? You're paying taxes on that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you got a $20,000 deal. You're going to have to itemize, and you have to pay taxes at the end of the year. You ready for that? You're 18 years old.
Right. Pay taxes? What's taxes?
Yeah.
I know. Then you have to hire an accountant.
If I'm Nick Saban, and I'm not, but I'm betting he's already got – you usually have people that come into your organization that talk about agents.
Yes.
Talk about money management, talk about all the things that these kids are being thrown in, sex education, all the things that can be distractionary things to these kids. And I'm betting you right now, I'm not talking Kevin Elko. I'm talking.
I know there's another. I guarantee you, and we both know who it is.
Yep, there's going to be.
And they're in there right now.
There's a cat sitting in front of the team going, "Hey, listen,
you're right.
It's the Wild Wild West kids. You're going to be having people tug on you, pulling you in dark corners. Hey, come here. I got a deal for you." And be really careful on what you choose. The other side of it, and just flip it over. Whenever you're making big endorsements, and I mentioned, Bryce Young, he may have a 7-figure deal. He may also break his leg, in the first game of the year. And so there's going to be a risk there for these companies that are willing to pay these guys. And we Johnny Manziel had a bunch of endorsement deals. Tiger Woods had a bunch of endorsement deals. These guys had a bunch of endorsement deals. So it's their risk too. But good for them. I'm happy for them. I hope they make their money. But the taxes were the first thing that we're looking at.
This
is not free. This is not free money.
Yeah.
But if you can make an extra $5, $10, $15,000,
as long as listen, as long as that side hustle fits in with all the other responsibilities that you have as a scholar athlete, right? I think it's fine. And these are the conversations I'm having with the athletes that I work with. I'm telling you, Tony, these are the conversations I'm having. It's not that this is bad. It's that it's almost like time management, right? We call it, my daughter uses it, it's called adulting. You heard that term?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so my daughter will be, like, my daughter set up her, she's moving into a house, and she set up her gas bill, water bill, new phone. She's like, look at me, I'm adulting. Mm-hmm. And listen, it sucks to adult.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, and I think that's the piece that the NIL piece is going to bring in. It's like, oh, cool, you want to do this? Like you said, here's what comes with it. Mm-hmm. And as I said, I worry about the impact on grades. Mm-hmm. I worry about the impact on playing. I don't think it's going to be like failing out. I think you're going to see some decrements in play and grades. Is what it can't not happen.
Yeah. I want to say happy birthday to good morning to David Merlin this morning. Jonathan Wheeler, Sup Tony, and Dr. Klapow. You've already responded to him.
Yeah.
Robbie Glenn, good friend of ours, is watching the show. Ross Harrison, want to say good morning to him. He said it comes from the great training received at Jitterbugs on Wednesday nights. God bless America.
Listen, this is great. You're doing shout outs like old school.
I know. Well, I want to make sure it sounds good. Get back to the COVID thing real quick. And I mentioned this, the sinkhole mentality is coming to play here. Monkeypox.
We got monkeypox?
We got monkeypox. The CDC announced yesterday there are now 200 cases in 27 different states of monkeypox. Evidently, some Nigerian who had a pet monkey evidently got monkeypox. It is transmitted by bodily fluids and or spray or whatever.
Okay.
And so they're saying it's no big deal at this point, but it's something we haven't had here in 18 years. So look out for monkeypox.
It's a novel virus.
Yeah. We also have a brand new game. I don't know if this is part of the World Games. You ever heard of pickleball?
Dude, I play pickleball.
You play pickleball?
I can tell you, pickleball is a thing now.
It is.
It's a thing.
It's a cross between badminton.
Yeah,
and
I can tell you everything you want to tell about pickleball. It is. Go ahead.
Pickleball magazine came out yesterday. Mm-hmm. It's already got 20,000 subscribers.
It is. Listen, what's so fascinating about pickleball, and I just got into it. Because I'm an empty nester.
Yeah.
Pickleball attracts two demographics.
Give me the basis of pickleball. Right?
Oh, it's tennis. Tennis meets sort of, remember paddleball back in the day? It's tennis meets paddle. It's all the fun of tennis without any of the work. So you got paddles, and the only other piece, and this is where it's so fascinating, it feels like an old person sport, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't run around, so you hit the paddle, but they use a wiffle ball.
Yeah.
So as soon as you use a wiffle ball, instantly I'm thinking college students came up with this.
Yeah.
We're going to get drunk, we're going to use a pickleball, we're going to use a paddle, we're going to stand out in the wind, and we're going to try to hit it.
Yeah.
So you got two.
By the way, this has started, you know when this started?
When?
1965.
Oh, pickleball's been along. I had no idea.
See, that's one of those God timing things. I mean, Starbucks has been around since 1971.
Right.
Everyone thinks it's relatively new, but it's not.
No, it's a So you have two demographics that play it. You have the old people like me and older, 50 and up, and then you've got the I would say 30 and down.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like cornhole in that sort of way. I like it because you have all of the fun of tennis without all the effort.
Yeah.
Jules and I play.
How much space does it take up?
It's like a reduced tennis court.
Is there something you can do in your garage?
No.
So you need some space.
You need a tennis court, but you need a tennis court.
Okay, because there's 20,000 pickleball courts evidently in this country.
Well, we have a problem here in Birmingham. There's not enough pickleball courts.
Well, we got a country club right up the street here. They should do that at the club at Lakeview.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah.
Could do it in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, we just gotta
We should get Matt Hageman.
It came on Amazon. I bought a portable pickleball net.
We should get Matt Hageman to start doing pickleball
with cornhole.
With his cornhole.
I feel like it'd be. Listen, pickleball is it.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
I've got a story.
Do they have pickleball girls?
Pickleball, what girls?
Women, like they started a magazine, like the pickleball.
Like the hot girls of pickleball?
Yes.
Yeah, you could do that. Well, evidently it's super huge, and the pickleball.
You should start playing. Now that you're turning over a new leaf, you have all these things you're going to have to do.
I know.
You're going to have to get a new wardrobe. You're going to have to start playing pickleball.
Yeah.
You got the shoes.
It was great. I had no kids yesterday. Well, for the last couple of days because I went through a divorce, and so I was alone last night. And I slept like a baby. It was great. I love you guys, but I slept really good. I got a story about a guy who's got himself a pretty good-looking girlfriend, and it was actually written to you through the Kurre and Klapow email, a Dr. Josh question I want to ask you about. We'll get into that. And then Jeff Bezos yesterday flew up in space.
Look at
him. I got to
him.
be honest with you. He was, 68 miles above the Earth or something like that. I really don't think it's fair to say you're an astronaut if you've only been up there for 10 minutes. These guys, I mean, you shot up and you came right back down again. It was amazing, but they should have to spend some time up there. Anyway, did you see what he said afterwards?
No.
Oh, you didn't see?
Oh, it's about populating, something about creating the next.
No. At the end, he said, and I want to thank every Amazon employee and every customer at Amazon because you paid for this.
Yeah, I know. I
was kind of like,
dude, given all the controversy about how much you pay
and taxes. And
oh my
else,
God!
Like,
yeah,
okay, if he's trying to look to make friends, that was
not
the right thing to say.
So not good.
That was right before he announced he was going to give away $200 million in charities and things like that in order to do things. But yeah, I was kind of like, it sounded like a shot. You can say, listen, I've created this wonderful business, and I do want to thank all of my employees and everyone who's been part of Amazon to create this possibility for
even
future
that
travel.
even that's a little.
But to sit there and say, I want to thank you for paying for this.
Well, that's exactly.
That's like going to your bookie and collecting money. And I can vividly remember, and I'm like, thanks, man. I had a good week. You know what you're going to do? You're going to buy Mama and me a vacation.
Yeah.
And he looks back and goes, yeah, I want to thank you for buying this Cadillac of mine 3 years ago. I'm kind of like, okay.
Yeah. No, that was not it. Sometimes I wonder about him. I really do. I wonder about his.
Why would he have said that? He's a smart guy. Why would he have said that?
I don't think he was a smart guy. I don't think it was calculated.
With a stupid cowboy hat on.
Yeah, I think it was stupid. I mean, given I think he got, again, so Branson got caught up in the moment and, just a kid in a dream, and he was giddy and he was crying.
Yeah.
I think even the most media savvy individuals who can get caught up in a moment, and he got caught up in a moment and he opened his mouth and all his brains fell out. Because, listen, particularly with the controversy over what they pay Amazon employees, I mean, that of all the times to not say that while you're up in space, he should have separated. He should have should have had nothing to do with Amazon.
Yeah, you want to help a college kid? Thomas, come here. Thomas Peckman, who's working for us, he's doing an internship for Kurre and Klapow and KCast Radio, is our director of downloads.
Yes.
Here's the microphone, Thomas. If you see Thomas Peckman, you're on television, by the way. Turn around and get down here. There you go, so people can see you.
There you go.
If you see this kid right here, his name is Thomas Peckman. He's going to be running around all day today till tonight.
Really?
Yeah, for like the next 12 hours, getting downloads of the KCast Radio app. So if you see a schmuck that looks like this here,
with an orange
this college kid that goes to Auburn.
Yeah, so if you're an Auburn fan.
And his professor wrote me a letter a couple of days ago. So it's funny that Thomas is here this morning. And said, hey, how's Mr. Peckman doing? And I said, and I covered for your ass. I said, he's doing great. I said, he's doing super. I said, he's helping our business grow and all these different things. So if you see Thomas and he's asking you to download the KCast Radio app, he's going to be going around from store to store. He's going to be on street corners today. He's going to be everywhere in this town trying to get downloads because I'm giving him a percentage of every download we get. And so it's going to help further his education.
So this is sort of a paid internship kind of thing.
So if you want to help Thomas become the future of this country, and you want to see him do well, and you're an Auburn fan, if you're an Auburn fan watching right now, download the KCast Radio app because it's going to directly help him. Because I'm paying him per download. And so if you love Auburn, and you're an Auburn fan, or you have Auburn fans to do it, download it for him today. Today is a download for Thomas.
Or even just care about the future of our country.
Exactly. If you really want to help these college kids and they've had a tough time, it's been really, really tough. Thomas, you want to come on and say anything about this?
I got you.
Okay, all right, good. So he's going to be getting downloads for the KCast Radio app. So if for any other reason, download the KCast Radio app because of Thomas Peckman and invest in our future. Thank you, Thomas. Now get the hell out of here. Great job. Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange. And they were asking the question, okay, and he's already secured over $100 million to get people to go to space. I don't know if I'd if I had the money to blow $250,000 just to go up in space for 10 minutes. That's the way I'd do it, to say I did it. Mm-hmm. He did talk about the ozone layer that he saw, and so good for him to sit there and say, I want to thank every Amazon employee who are underpaid, and of course the people who buy all the Amazon crap. Dr. Josh Klapow, you just put Jeff Bezos in space yesterday. Congratulations.
I hate when people have a shot to do something and do it the right way. Well, you know what? I think Branson did it the right way, to be honest with you. I think the way...
He did it with all of his own money. Jeff did too, but he earned his money, obviously, through Amazon.
Well, Branson didn't just... Right, but again, Branson's comments were about his experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we know Bezos is a billionaire. We know where he got his money. We know where he built his money. So don't think, I don't know. It's like, you know what it's like to me? I'd like to thank all of the employees who made my company money so I could go on this great vacation with my wife. We are having such a great time thanks to you.
Yeah.
You know, or even actually, let's go. Now it just clicked. So now it's, look, my family and I are vacationing in Barbados, and we want to thank all of you customers who spent your good money with us. Yeah. And because of that, we could be in Barbados. Yeah.
It's not a
what
good
look. What do you?
It's not a good look.
But I don't think it was calculated at all. I think that was just a dumbass move. Dumbass move.
I totally agree with you. Something that's not a dumbass move is to be checking out the club at Lakeview. Chris Creek texted me last night. I'm not sure what it was about, but he's getting ready for another invitational coming up in August. Go to the Club at Lakeview Facebook page, theclubatlakeview.com, and check it out. And you can play golf a little bit later on in August. When they do invitationals, when they do golf tournaments, man, they're sold out, and they're super cool. It's a 9-hole golf course, and they play it twice to get an 18-hole score. Great clubhouse, 50-foot bar. Swimming pool is fantastic. They have a volleyball court. They should start pickleball.
They can start pickleball?
They may start a pickleball tour up there, a tournament, and it's fantastic. The Club at Lakeview, great food. Golf, swim, eat, repeat. Golf, swim, eat, repeat. Check out Chris Creek, and of course the Club at Lakeview and theclubatlakeview.com.
You know what else is not a dumbass move?
What's that?
Keeping your prostate healthy.
There you go.
You love that? Keeping your prostate healthy. And this is Vituro Health. They are there to help people keep their prostate healthy by doing a couple things. Number one, having a blood test every year, which is called a PSA. You make sure you get that. Number two, having your prostate checked. And then number three, realizing that if you develop prostate cancer, you don't have to avoid it because of fear. Vituro Health is working with technology companies, with physicians, and with urology centers all over the country to develop the most advanced forms of treatment. That means you don't necessarily have to have the surgery. You may be able to treat it in a minimally invasive way. And what that also means is the negative sexual side effects, the ED, the incontinence, that doesn't have to be there for you. Go to Vituro's webpage today, VituroHealth.com. Get educated about men's health, men's prostate health, and prostate cancer treatments. Again, the webpage is VituroHealth.com.
And finally, a company that has done incredibly well, and I'm happy for them. The COVID thing worked really well for them because a lot of people stayed home. But they do it because they're a great family operation and they do wonderful work, and that is Backyard Solutions, who's responsible for everything that Backyard Adventures does. They're a playground place. They do trampolines, they do basketball courts, and they have got the best swing sets and great playground area for kids. These are real deals. These are generational. These aren't things you put in your backyard for 3 or 4 years. It rains a few times and the wood's breaking off. These are expertly built. They're installed at your house. They're never going to flip over, and these things are going to last for long. They last so long that they'll actually stay with you through the buying process. They'll install it for you. They'll come out and do maintenance on it if it needs it. It probably doesn't, and they'll even move it from house to house. These are playgrounds that will add investment to your homes, and you can move it from house to house. They're fantastic. Check out backyardalabama.com. Backyardalabama.com. Jeff has become a good friend of mine, I assume, but the pool, great guy, great family guy, and he just does wonderful work. They also do parties right there off 119, so you can stop by Backyard Solutions, take your kids, let them play for a couple hours, pick out the one they want, and they can make playgrounds as unique as your family needs. They do tire swings. They do everything. Chances are you've been on one of their play sets. If you've been to Spain Park, you've been to another school. They sell residentially, obviously, and they sell to schools. They'll sell to playgrounds. They'll do everything. They're fantastic. BackyardAlabama.com, BackyardAlabama.com. Check it out. It's fantastic. All right, so I got a letter here, and I didn't print it out, but I'll paraphrase how it goes. It was actually to you through the Kurre and Klapow email at KCastRadio.com, KCastRadio.com. You can become a bonehead, and you can also hit our email and send us questions, and we'll answer them here on KCast Radio.
I didn't know you could become a bonehead.
Yeah, be bonehead.
Okay, good.
It's on our website, dude. Be a bonehead. Be a bonehead, and you'll get some props, and maybe you'll get an extra chance to win some Jimmy Buffett tickets or something like that. So this guy evidently has got a group of buddy of his. This guy's 32 years old. He prefaced that by telling me how old he was. And he's got a group of his friends who also have girlfriends and wives, and they get together almost every weekend. And they've been doing it for years. They live in the same neighborhood. They have cookouts on Sunday. So evidently, this guy recently went through a breakup with his girlfriend. He brought a new girlfriend in, and she's become part of the group, and she is widely accepted, and everyone seems to like her. The wives, the girlfriends in the group like him. But there's one guy in the group who just can't seem to stop looking at her.
Oh, jeez.
And he's been a friend of mine since grade school. Love the guy. It's a good guy. But he goes, every time I look at him, he's kind of giving her like he can't. And so he finally said, dude, what's up? And he's got a girlfriend. He's like, dude, what's up? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I noticed you've been checking out my girlfriend. He's like, I'm checking out your girlfriend? Yeah, she's very attractive. And he's like, okay, that's cool. I just, noticed that you were and he was kind of teasing him about it at first.
Right, because that's how guys do it.
It got to the point now where, and he's like, I'm not jealous. I don't really care. She doesn't want anything to do with him.
No, it's just totally like.
It's a group. It's kind of like, remember the movie Game Night? Mm-hmm. We have a close knit of friends that get together every single week, but it's getting to the point where it's kind of creeping him out because he finds his friend levitating towards her in the house.
Yeah, it's just,
and he said, I don't even know if he knows he's doing it, but it's getting a little uncomfortable, and now it's starting to get uncomfortable for his girlfriend, who is kind of like, once you come out the back, he's like, I'm going to stay in the kitchen. And so, but it's so obvious to everyone else in the group, but not to this guy, and I don't know how to deal with it.
I don't believe it for a second that it's not obvious to this guy.
Okay.
First couple times, maybe. Not even that. It's not, listen.
And he says he's a great guy.
No, I know.
He's a great guy, but he's kind of like, dude, chill out.
This is the great guy who you discover is not such a great guy.
Okay, well, okay.
No, yeah, listen. Because think about it. Maybe the first time that you saw him looking at your girlfriend, just looking, you could say, you might have misunderstood that.
Yeah.
No, it's just eye contact, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But listen to all the examples you're giving. He's levitating towards her. He's looking at her all the time. It's to the point where the girlfriend is somewhat uncomfortable.
A little bit.
When you get to that point, you can't say, well, I have no idea what I'm doing. Levitation is not subconscious.
He even said, by the way, in passing, hey, is he bothering you? Just as kind of like, and they laughed, and she's like, no, he's cool.
Okay, so this is the point where it's when it's that many times and that many behaviors, and there's enough, you're uncomfortable enough because this is your friend.
Yeah.
So you've gone from it can't be happening to you're giving him the benefit of the doubt to, hey man, just I know she's attractive. That you've done that to your girlfriend's uncomfortable, right? At that point, what do? You go over to your friend, and say, look, I've known you for a long time. Stop.
Yep.
Stop. Well, I have no idea. No, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what you're doing.
Yep.
Here's what you're doing. You're watching my girlfriend. You're going around and hanging out with her to the point where she's uncomfortable. I'm not even saying you're trying to sleep with her.
Yep.
But if you're that oblivious to it, I am here to tell you that it is making me upset and her upset. And so if you're a good friend, right, if he's a good friend, there's two things going on. If he's that clueless, but he's a good friend, then he's going, okay, man, I really had no idea, but I will watch myself.
Yep.
And if he's not such a good friend, he just got himself called out on playing on this guy's girlfriend.
No.
And what that tells you as the person who emailed us is you either have a clueless best friend, a good friend who needs some education, or guess what? And this is sad. You've got a good friend who's not such a good friend.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's nothing, there is no other explanation when it happens over and over again. Mm-hmm. Now I will tell you this. It's to the gentleman who wrote in. It is incumbent on you. It's your responsibility to say something.
Yeah.
I don't care how long he's been your friend. You don't have to yell at him, but all you have to do is literally say, hey, I know you're saying that it's not such a big deal, but here are the things that you're doing. You're looking at her. I've seen you look at her constantly. I see you follow her around. I need you to stop doing that. If you have no ill intent, if you're not trying to pick up on my girlfriend, then if you could stop that, that would be great, because it makes me uncomfortable and makes her uncomfortable. If he's clueless, he didn't realize you. Oh man, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But when you said he's not sorry, he's not clueless.
He said it got to the point where the next time they got together, and they have this ongoing thing
right.
where they get together, they don't have to call each other. They get together at 5:00 every Sunday.
Right.
He actually was like, "Listen, I'm cutting out this week because we're not going to do anything." And then he had his other friends over, and the guy found out, and so
who's cutting out? Which one?
The guy who
sent the email?
got the girlfriend was like, "Hey, we're not getting together this week."
Right.
But he invited the other ones because he didn't want to invite him. That's how uncomfortable it got.
Whoa.
And he also,
he uninvited.
Yeah.
See,
and then he found out it's game. It's
don't do that.
It's game night.
Don't do that. God, see, that is that whole that
And
all
then
that.
he found out they got together.
Right.
Yeah.
All you did is you made hard harder.
Yeah. We do some birthdays around here because they're kind of fun. Guess who would have turned 70 today? Guess who would have turned 70 today?
Oh, man,
we actually had Bruce Ayers on our show the day after it happened to talk about it. Robin Williams would have turned 70 today. Hard to believe. Dude, he died 7 years ago.
I know.
That was 7 years ago. Also today, birthday is Don Knotts.
He's not dead?
Right there. No, he's dead.
Oh,
he would have been 97 today.
Okay.
He's on my thing. Cat Stevens.
He's not dead.
No, he's not.
He's got to be pushing mid-70s.
He's 73.
Okay.
And I'm going John Lovitz, who we've had on our show several times.
67.
64.
That's not bad. I'm close.
No, and I'm looking through some of these because I don't know half these people on here. Janet Reno, who's dead. Attorney General of the United States.
Yeah.
She would have been
90?
She would have been 83.
Okay. She died young. What did she die of? Cancer?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Seeing if there's anybody else on here that's worth a flip that we want to talk about. Allie Landry, a very famous actress, is 48 today. And I think that's really, I'm getting into the 40s here. I can't find anybody else. Anyway, happy birthday, it's fine, folks. All right, make sure you go to the KCast Radio app. And again, a special thanks to all of our great sponsors who help us out. And they do a wonderful job. Spy for Rent, Jeff Hammock. I keep talking to him and keep inviting him to come on the show.
Well, he may be here.
Busy. He could be outside the door.
I think he's in the other room.
Actually, I thought that was him. When
When
Thomas came walking
But Thomas
the door.
came in too quickly.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because Jeff doesn't come in. You can't hear the door open when Jeff comes in. He
slides underneath the door. That's what he does.
I try to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, I know. You're like our old producer. He's just come in and bang stuff around. I'm like, dude, we're doing a show here. I mean, I know we're flying by the seat of our pants. But we're doing a show here. But Jeff Hammock, Spy for Rent. If you need any type of surveillance, private investigator work, I never thought in a million years I'd be a guy that would use a spy. But then when you start getting through life and you're thinking, this is kind of weird, or I've got a gut feeling about this particular thing, or child custody, or drug screening, or GPS tracking. Now everyone's got cameras all over the place. You'd be surprised how many people are following you and you don't even know it. He can track all that stuff down, and the thing he does really, really well, and that is he sits in cars all hours of the night doing surveillance for different things. And he does a fantastic job. He knows judges. He knows lawyers. He does it all. He's Jeff Hammock. Spy for Rent. Spy, the number 4rent.com. Spy for Rent, 790-3051, area code 205. 790-3051. Check him out. It is Spy for Rent here on the wonderful KCast Radio app.
I don't know where you're going next, but I got. I'm going to put Woodhouse Day Spa in there just because it's not the same as Spy for Rent, but it's wonderful that way. Woodhouse Day Spa located up the Summit, 905-7676. It's a vacation. You can go there for a manicure, pedicure, facial massage, and literally you can walk in and have an experience as if you were at a resort. They have the finest equipment. They have the finest services. Stuart Rome is their owner. You can find places like this in Charleston. You can find places like New Orleans. We have one here. Go to their webpage. They're all over social media. Birmingham.woodhousespas.com, Birmingham.woodhousespas.com, and that's Woodhouse Day Spa.
All right, Kitty Poos, thanks again for watching us on Facebook, and thanks for all the people that responded to us. We appreciate it. We're the Kurre and Klapow Show. We're on every Monday through Friday between 6 and 9. You can listen to us on the KCast radio app. And again, thanks to all of our great sponsors. We are Humming and Drum. This is kind of a little bonus thing we do here on Facebook, so you can see the visual aspect of what we do. And, of course, we post it all over the place as well.
That means you can see us.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The visual aspect. You get the visual aspect of Dr. Josh Klapow and Tony Curry. Download that KCast radio app. Do it for Thomas Peckman today. If you support college kids, period.
That's right.
It's Auburn, Alabama, anything else. If you're an Alabama or Auburn fan.
Right. You can download, if you're an Alabama fan, you can download it and tell Thomas nasty things.
Yeah, you can. In lieu of,
right.
of college football coming up and everything else, or in conjunction with. Make sure you download the KCast radio app. Tell your friends and family. We're trying to get 15,000 downloads by the end of the day.
Look on her face. He just got ashen.
Can you think about the jack you'd have having 15,000 downloads in one day? We had 2 yesterday, so we need to step it up a little bit. 15,000 downloads. If you help us get 15,000 downloads by the end of the day today, just download it and listen to it. It's
if we
free.
get 15,000 downloads today, will you go naked on Facebook?
I will.
Okay.
If we get 15,000 downloads by midnight tonight,
you'll be naked.
I will do the show naked tomorrow on Facebook Live.
I will not be here tomorrow.
And I won't even cross my legs. I'll just sit like this the entire morning. I'll sit like this. I will do Facebook Live. That's a good one. I will do Facebook Live naked.
I will be here. If you do that, tomorrow news, will you do WBRC?
I will do Facebook Live naked if I get 15,000 downloads by midnight tonight. And I'm tracking it right now. 15,000 downloads. So tell your friends and family, get after it, go viral with it, and post it. Tony Curry will do Facebook Live naked tomorrow if I get 15,000 downloads. Yes.
You will, not me.
You would do it for 50. Yeah, you would.
No,
you
would
do it 15,000.
No, I have to sit here with you naked.
By the way, real quick, my son has a fantasy football league that he's starting.
Yeah.
And they have a great bet. There's 6 of them in this fantasy football. Whoever comes in last has to either do 2 things. They have to either spend 24 hours straight in a Waffle House.
Oh, that's a
or they have to eat 10 waffles. If you eat 10 waffles, you're out. And I said, hell, you can eat 10 waffles like in a half hour. He's like, no, I can't. You ever try to eat 10 waffles?
From Waffle House?
Yeah, you have to eat 10 waffles and you can leave, or you have to spend 24
hours. That's a lot of...
It should be... the record is 29 waffles in 10 minutes, by the way.
Joey Chestnut?
No, some Bertinelli, Joseph Bertinelli. Okay. Like that. Yeah, so, all right. Thanks for watching on KCast Radio. Get the KCast Radio app. Download 15,000 times, and I'll be naked tomorrow morning right here at 7:30. Seriously, I will do it. You know I will. If you don't want to see me naked, then don't download the app. We'll get 14,999. I'll be good to go. I appreciate you. Thank you.